Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your mid-March update. It's Rena here. And before I begin with a brief tarot spread, I wanted to just touch upon the partial lunar eclipse, which is occurring on March 23rd at 3 degrees of Libra, which is your sister air sign. And this will fall in your ninth house, which is associated with higher learning and, your religious beliefs, your philosophical framework, your foreign travel and dealings with foreigners. So perhaps some of you will find out that you're going to be traveling. Maybe it will be for work or it could be for anything, really. And some of you may be having an epiphany regarding some kind of religious belief or philosophical belief. And still others may be having endings in a university situation. Maybe you're students and you're going to graduate. Maybe you're dropping out. Maybe you're changing your major. The possibilities are as vast as the universe, as they say. So, in any case, I feel like a lot of this eclipse energy for you might be almost, I could say spiritual, but definitely making you think about the bigger picture. And remember that the lunar eclipse is actually a full moon times three and lasting much longer than the typical full moon. So the effects may not even come about right at this time, but eventually you will start to gravitate towards some alteration in the above areas that I've mentioned, or you may have an actual fruition with something related to these issues. Maybe you get a post at a university. And it's funny because I really think of Aquarius in two different ways when it comes to religious beliefs. Either they are total fanatics with some, far out sect, or complete atheists. So, I realize that's a total generalization, but I just thought that was funny. In any case, the card I picked for you during this last half of the month is the Knight of Wands. Now, the wands relate to the fire signs. So this is a very passionate energy, which is not something that Aquarius typically generates a lot of. You tend to be very cool, unless, of course, you have a lot of that fire energy. Your opposite sign is Leo. So perhaps either somebody will figure into your life that exhibits this passion, or you are in the throes of an affair, or are just completely going out, kind of like the Fool in the major arcana, and not really thinking about where you're headed, but just wanting to travel and be an explorer. The Knight of Wands can indicate a lot of frenzied activity as well. And maybe there's been this previous sense of being pent up for some reason. For instance, if somebody has just gotten divorced and is now free and kind of sampling the fruits of life, I could see that sort of reaction to being, let loose. But there's definitely a lot of excitement and enthusiasm for life at this point for you. And of course, we are entering Aries, so that may be also kind of influencing things. The advice is the World card, the last card of the major arcana, and this is a card associated with endings, but it's kind of like a victory lap. So there's definitely a chapter ending in your life, but there's a real culmination. Interestingly, full moons deal with issues surrounding culminations sometimes. And so maybe this figures into the eclipse energy. Maybe it has to do with ninth house matters. Some of you who are writers may have finished a novel and are bringing it to publication. Interestingly, the World card can relate to travel. And this may be for work or for pleasure, but maybe you will meet somebody in your travels. As I said, with the eclipse being in the ninth house, foreign travel could be featured. And likewise, it can relate to graduation. So maybe you are finishing up your university stint. It can also be that you are promoted at work. And so this is just urging you to, exercise your ambition at this time because it's an expansive energy, the World card. It's not just dealing with your own puny little universe, but everything beyond that. The outcome is the Strength card, another major arcana card. 2 out of the 3 of these cards are major arcana, so this is probably a very important time for you, Aquarius, and possibly a turning point. The Strength card is related to the sign Leo, which I had referenced earlier. Maybe this card is an affirmation that you've made it through the fire and you have the inner fortitude to proceed, because with the World card, there is a chapter that is closing. And during that period of time, you may have had ups and downs. And this card is affirming that you have passed the test. And I think that you're in a very strong position to end March, Aquarius. So that's wonderful. So I wish you the best, Aquarius. If you'd like a personal reading, just click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great rest of the month. Take care. Bye.